Good morning, friends. It's a holiday and God has me up early, excited and energized. I don't know why. I was telling a friend yesterday, I said, you would think this would be the worst chapter of my life. Lay off from a job that I absolutely loved and cancer diagnosis all within 3 days. And when you can see differently and take perspective, man, things sure are different. I've got to get... Well, we're just going to roll with it. This camera is a little crazy, but that's okay. Barbie's here, so she knows I got some carrots in my pocket. Barbie. She's being camera shy. Anyhow, today's a day that we celebrate in the United States, and it's a special day for me, especially as the parent of a multiracial child and someone who lived probably one of the most difficult days of my life in the wake of George Floyd, when we were playing outside in our neighborhood and my daughter, this was back in the city, and my daughter had said, "Mommy, I think we should go inside." We were debating as parents, should we let our kids stay outside? There'd been a new curfew enacted. And she said to me, "Mommy, I think we should go inside." And I said, "Why, sweetheart? We live in a safe community. It's important for people to be safe right now, but it's also good for you to have some time outside and to play with friends," right? We were post-COVID, post-quarantine, and it was one of our first times as a block in coming together. And she whispered to me, "Mommy, if the police come, I'd be the only one here who gets killed." Talk about stop you in your tracks kind of moment as a mom. So today's an important day for me to think about, what can I do to support the people who are, I call my Black family, people who I love like family. We're not blood family, but we're closer than that because we have a shared understanding of humanity and what we want to see in the world. And so I think about how I've raised my daughter to know that as a young Black woman, you're often going to be the most strongest person in the room because you've had to face some adversity, being called toast in second grade, being called burnt noodle because she had curly dark hair. So many little things that she's had to face have also strengthened her. I look at this moment of job loss and cancer. It's a moment where I can back down or where I can be strengthened. And so I always choose strength. I've had a lot of adversity, so my strength and resilience muscle is strong. Barbie's like, "Bring me the carrot." So let's talk a little bit about that. How do you strengthen yourself through adversity? One thing that's my favorite is to dream. So when I was having my prayers this morning, look at this pretty girl, I love her. I thought to myself, oh my gosh, how perfect. That's exactly what Martin Luther King Jr.'s speech taught us to do. So I want you today to take out a sheet of paper and write down, I have a dream. Barbie's going to dream with us. She's going to have a dream that she gets to eat this carrot. Uh-oh, she dropped a piece. And for me, I have a dream that I can turn this property into an amazing space where equestrians can come ride at the Colorado Horse Park, which is 3 turns from our house, where people who seek peace and community, who want to come together and make a strategic plan for their life with me and coach with me over maybe a wellness weekend or a wellness week. That's a big dream. I also think about how much fun we've had with kids in Gigi's pony camp and with families who've come to visit. And I want them to be able to experience this place. One of my girlfriends described this as Xanadu. And that is what it is. It's a luxurious place that is beautiful, where you wake to this each morning. And you might not get to wake to this every day wherever you're at, but where you could escape for just a little while and reunite with the joy that's in you, the brilliance that's within. So let's talk a little bit about that. This atom I designed Building Brilliance in 2011 when I was working in schools. And I was really passionate about gifted education. And let's see how Barbie responds to the fact that there's no more carrots. And I knew there was so much brilliance in these children. And I founded Building Brilliance on the principles of Newtonian physics, that an object set in motion stays in motion. Why? Because for me, it was difficult after divorce. It was difficult when I was abandoned and pregnant. It was difficult when I was trying to leave a career that I loved and knew well to up-level our lives and be able to invest in real estate. And yet at the same time, what got me through? My dreams. I always had, I call it my destination declaration. I would love to teach it to you in the Life Design Lab if you're interested. And I'm going to be giving away 6 months of weekly training meetups, valued at $97 a month. So you'll basically get the price of the program given to you in free live meetings with me. So if you're interested in the Life Design Lab and you want to build your dreams and you know you have a dream inside, if you're like Martin Luther King Jr., if you're like me, if you wake up with a little fire and say, I have a dream, or if you're facing a challenge right now and you know you don't want to feel stuck. I met someone who I decided last October, I do my strategic planning for the year ahead in October. And I decided this was going to be my year. I said, okay, God, I see you working. You put me in a place that's so big and scary. I've never even done yard work. I don't know what I'm doing. I dreamed of having this. I dreamed of having a horse in the yard, but I didn't know that God in the abundance of this universe could work with me to make that happen. So last year taught me that. And I said, okay, I see you working. Well, you know, my biggest dream is to meet my husband someday and have him be the kind of man that is abundantly minded, that loves God and abundance, that loves nature, that's active and physically healthy, mentally healthy, emotionally healthy, spiritually healthy. I love health, so that's super important. And I thought, all right, God, bring it on. Well, then a cancer diagnosis came my way and I thought, should someone with cancer be dating? Well, I met this gentleman and we had a little chat, not on my path. However, what was really interesting, that was the biggest indicator that he was not my man. He got divorced 9 years ago. And he said, man, you really remind me of who I used to be. And I was crushing it. I was writing books. I was excited about life. And I thought, yeah, sometimes divorce can knock us off track and can be really difficult. How long ago did you get divorced? 9 years. I was like, whoa. Well, if it's going to take you 9 years to recover from every setback, you only get like 2 mistakes left in your life, maybe 3. We can't spend 9 years, my friends, recovering from setbacks. I'll give myself a day, sometimes 2 or 3. And as you get better at resilience, it doesn't even take that long. I was able to bounce back from job loss and cancer pretty quick because I've built that muscle. So that's because I'm always learning. So I want you to be always learning and, most importantly, always dreaming. Let's remember how to dream again as we celebrate and honor those who've come before us and achieved great things. Let's use our lives to achieve things that are great as well. With love, my friends, mwah, let's make that shift happen in our lives. Yes, the world can be tough, and we are strong. We are resilient. We have brilliance within us just waiting to be revealed. My fingers are so frozen right now. I'm like, oh, they're getting like really, oof, they hurt. Time for me to get inside and have a warm cup of morning tea. Mwah. Bye, everyone.